chat. I'm really trying to get better at announcing when the stream is going live, especially since I'm so bad at keeping a consistent schedule. Because I'm not on Twitter anymore, so I have to go to like 3 different places, 3 different Twitter replacements, or X replacements. I have to go on Mastodon and say I'm going live, and I have to go on Threads and say I'm going live, and I have to go on Blue Sky and say I'm going live. It's tripled my workload. I guess it hasn't really, because I didn't do it before, right? Even when I was on Twitter, I was pretty bad about actually telling people when I'm live. But anyway, welcome to the show. It's the Friday edition of Club Corbie. How you doing? We don't get to talk very often these days. I'm not on as much as I once was. I know, but as I did say at the end of the last stream, it's like I want to try and be at least, you know, if I can't show up every day, at least, you know, every other day is pretty good, right? Or every third day. Every second or third day, somewhere around that. Anyway, welcome to the show. What time is it? It's 20 to 3. I've got to keep track of that because I need to know how long I'm going to be on for. We're doing a tight hour again today. Let's get started. If I can find my windows. There we go. Hi. If this is your first time watching the show, welcome. I'm John Porter. I am a comic artist and writer, I suppose you would say. You'd think I know what I am, but now I have to do this intro all the time. Artist and writer, and the creator of comic book series Corinne Morgan Corbie, which celebrated its 5th anniversary last October by going all the way back to the beginning for the first in a series of remastered editions. If you go to readcmc.com, you can, which is the website behind me, you can learn all about it. And if you click on the comics link, is that going to work today? It's not. I keep getting bugged to pay for my web hosting. An exorbitant sum of money, and this is what I'm paying for. This is not the first time this has happened on air. I click on the link and nothing happens. Maybe it's because I'm streaming, I don't know. I hope that when you go to readcmc.com, actually loads. Service unavailable. Service is temporary and unavailable. Service you request due to maintenance, downtime, or capacity problems. Please try again later. Additionally, if ever 3 service unavailable error was encountered while trying to use an error document to handle the request. The website says so popular that it can handle the demand. I wish. If only. Okay, should I do it unassisted then? I have to do the standard spiel. I do at the start of every stream to tell you how you can get your hands on a copy of Corbie issue 1. Thankfully, you don't have to go to the Corbie website to do it. Okay, places that you can read the new version of Corbie issue 1. You can get it on the official Corbie merch store, which is powered by Teespring. You can get it from Amazon for your Kindle. You can get it through Kobo, and if you're a Kobo Plus subscriber, you get it as part of your subscription at no extra charge. You can get it on, you can read it on Drive-Thru Comics. You can read it on Global Comics. You can get it through the Google Play Store. All of these are digital editions, by the way. We were talking at one point about doing a print version of Corbie issue 1, but I don't know. Maybe if enough people actually go and buy the comic, then I'll be able to crunch the numbers and say, you know, maybe if there's demand for the digital comic, there's enough demand for the print comic as well. I'm not sure. I still like to do it. I don't know. I'm thinking I might do we might do print versions of issues 1 and 2 at the same time. That's all on features of it. What are we doing today? Well, I'm a bit frustrated that the website still hasn't loaded yet. Come on. This is actually, no, seriously, this is giving me second thoughts. Is it time to change my web host? Am I about to pay through the nose for another year of service? And this is the best I can do. Okay, you know what? These things happen. Right, we'll just get into it today. Right, what are we working on today? I'll let you know if the website ever actually loads in the background while we're on air. Anyway. Okay, just adjust some things here. Hope you're having a good Friday. It's very sunny here, which is a nice change. So I was really keen to be on air while the sun is out and before it gets dark and cold. And as you know, if you're a regular viewer, I don't like being in the studio when it gets dark and cold in the winter time. It's unpleasant. So I'm trying to do earlier streams, even though I know nobody is on air at like 2 PM UK time. Nobody's watching. It's bad for audiences, but good for me and my mental health, I guess. Right, today we're working on finishing off. This is going to be the first of 2 model sheets for Krita as Corbie. And the reason that we're doing 2 for most characters, I think we can do in 1. But the problem with doing model sheets for Krita and her Corbie armor is the wings take up so much real estate. So I needed to extend it across 2 sheets. So this first sheet is going to be viewed from the front and from the back, and the second one is going to be from the side. And maybe it's just from the side. Oh! I was going to do one from the side, and I was also going to do the back view, but with the wings removed, because one of the things is the wings we've always done like in a transparent form, but we're not doing that anymore. So I'm going to use 2 sheets to show the back with the wings visible and without the wings, so that I can easily go back and reference it. Right, what we're doing is, I don't know what that noise was I just made. No, before that, it was even stranger. Right. Can't keep track of all these layers at this point. Here we go. So I'm going to highlight this, and we only have a little bit of work left to do on hold on. There we go. Right. We only have a little bit of work left to do on this particular illustration, I suppose you would say, of Corbie, this image. We're just going to fill in the black areas. I spoke about this on the previous show, but the way that we're doing, I suppose we've done it for a while now. I think really it was established pretty early on in the comic that we draw Corbie with the armor like rendered in blue first, and add the black areas afterwards. It's just like an old school comic book way of rendering dark areas. We kind of started out doing that, and then when we did the remastered edition, started using that technique more and more. So it's like a lot of the time now you'll see characters that have like black hair or very dark hair in the comic, beginning with the remastered issue 1. The hair's rendered in blue as well. So specifically off the top of my head, Morgan is like that now. She has the blue hair with just black areas, and Josie from the IC is like that as well. I'm going to talk about the IC a little bit today. In relation to what's happening with issue 2 and the remaster of issue 2. So, yeah, we could just get into that, couldn't we? So I'm really only working on these model sheets actively as like a project to do on stream, because you believe Christmas was almost a month ago now, and I suppose it was like New Year's. It was just after Christmas. It was New Year's when I finished working on redoing all the old pages for Kirby issue 2, and as we've spoken about extensively on stream, the whole project with redoing issue 2 has revolved around the fact that we had a small number of old... The original issue 2 is very short, and I feel like a broken record because I have to speak about this all the time, but the story is that the original issue 2 is very short. It's only 13 pages, so we need 9 pages to bring it up to the point where it's like a full-length comic book that I can sell alongside issue 1. Right? I want all the issues of the comic now to be at a minimum 22 pages of comic content. So we had the 9 original pages to redo, and we did that on stream. Or a lot of the work that we had to do, I can't speak today. We redid those comics on stream. And I had a goal for myself to try and get those original 9 pages redone by the end of the year, and I think I just missed actually getting that done. I think it was like I wanted to have it done by the end of December 31st, by the time we struck midnight, and I did not quite do it. I think it was January 1st when I actually got it done. I was close, but not quite. And then it feels like everything has slowed down ever since then. Once I got back after my Christmas break, and I was just trying to get back into the swing of things, and the streaming schedule has slowed down. And we had last week, we had the big snowstorm and all that kind of stuff, and it's like just in general it feels like things have slowed down. It's annoying. But I kind of had to take a break because I was just to reset, and it just was like I think for my my mental health, I just kind of needed that. I needed to just be able to stop and pause for a little bit and get ready and adjust for the next phase of working on issue 2, which is going to involve 9 new pages of comic content that I had to produce as if by magic. And so the first stage of that was getting the ideas down on paper for how can I integrate some new scenes into the existing comic? What do I want to do? So there was a lot of thought going into that. Then eventually, it was like, get that down on paper, or on screen really nowadays. Come up with like a plot outline for what's going to happen in the new pages. So, we can check that off, that's done now. And then the next stage was actually, you got to actually write them. So I had to put my writing hat on, which I don't get to do very often. That's kind of fun. It's the thing about working on a comic and doing it all myself is, or one of the things is, I can write an issue of CORBIE way faster than I can draw it, let's put it that way. And so because of that, a lot of the hours invested are in the drawing, but not in the writing. But we got that done. And that, I guess, that didn't really take an awful long time. A couple of days at the most. And with that out of the way, then the next stage was to begin working on the layouts. And that is where I'm at just now, but I'm almost done with it. And it's such a rough, difficult kind of phase of working on the comic. I couldn't imagine doing it on stream because it's just like, I don't know, you just got to fight your way through it kind of, the way that I'm doing it now. I will post some screenshots of it once I'm done. I have like one panel. Oh, by the way, hold on. You're interested. I just refreshed and now I can say officially BirdyCMC.com is working again. Okay, there you go. So, I'll pause what I'm doing just to say that if you go to readcmc.com/comics, you can see the links there to all the different places. I didn't mention Gumroad when I was talking about all the different places you can get the comic from. I missed one. Okay. And you can read the old versions of issues 2, 3 and 4 online just now for nothing. If you want to. Anyway, right, where was I? Yeah, we were talking about the process of just figuring out the layouts for the new pages, and I'll post something on social media later today, I think, just showing one of the panels because I do think it's interesting. One of the reasons that I'm not keen on showing that kind of stuff is it goes back to what I always talk about. I always kind of say partially in jest, I'm an incredibly insecure artist, and you're kind of posting when you're showing layouts and things like that, just like your rough thumbnails. That kind of stuff is it can be really tough to go out of your way to post that stuff because it's like showing your work in like its rawest form. And it's not like your refined sort of things that you want to showcase as an artist, right? You want to showcase your best work, obviously. So I kind of have to make myself post that kind of stuff. I'll get into that when I do. I'm going to post that today. I'll post it again across all the socials. Try and do like a thread or something, I think, on like Mastodon and Blue Sky and Threads and talk about it because I do think it's interesting. The way that we kind of have to edit ourselves for social media and we're trying to like show our best work, but also now I think more than ever it's very important for us as. Sorry, I'm a bit bunged up today. I need to clear out my sinuses, I think. Right, as I was saying, more than ever now, I think we kind of have to be able to show the process. I think I've spoken about this a little bit in the past. Showing the process and showing what actually goes into our work. It's sort of we need to emphasize like the human element of our art, because and show like the successes and the failures and everything that goes into it, and not just the final image, because I think that's an integral part of just being like an actual artist who works with your hands, when computers can just generate something in a couple of seconds and people think that's good enough. It's like we kind of have to as a what's the word I'm looking for here? I'm picking my words carefully. Just because as artists who work with our hands, obviously it's like I think we value the authentic and the process and the journey of it all. I think is all very important. Let's just put it that way. I'm trying to be very diplomatic here, but I think I've inferred my opinions on, computer generated art. I think that's all been inferred in the past. I think if you're a regular viewer, you'll have picked up by now on how John feels about that, Okay. I think that makes sense actually. The light source here on the side of the backpack. I'm going to take that out. It would actually make more sense for this part here, all be in black. And it's complicated because we have different light sources here, and in fact the center of the backpack is itself a light source because there's like a glow coming from the middle part here. Kind of need to not overthink that too much here, because the model sheet isn't really about like light sources and stuff like that, right? It's just about knowing where the details are, and you need to be able to look at it and go, what elements are, make sure all the elements are in place, all the details, just right. And you can just look at it at a glance and go, that's what Kirby's backpack is supposed to look like. That's how Corinne's hair is supposed to work, that kind of thing. We're not doing a pin up here. It's reference material we need to be able to look at to make sure that when we're working on the comic, by we I mean me, everything's right. Okay, I'm just gonna use a line tool here, I think. Thicker line tool. Do this a little bit quicker. Actually, again, it doesn't need to be perfect. That'll do. And I'm getting kind of sloppy here. Okay. I'm kind of allowing myself to be imperfect, you know, if there's little blemishes on this model sheet. I can always go back and fix them later. Right. I'll go in and fix up the other arm, the lower arm, if you will. Yeah, so as I was saying, we're talking about layouts, and that's where I'm at with CORBIE issue 2 just now, is we're working on the layouts for the new material. And almost done with that now, and then the next stage is going to be, well, I don't know what the next stage is going to be. This is what I want to talk about. Ideally, I would just be able to go right into drawing the new pages. And then I realised, that's what I wanted to do, and then I realised, man, I might need to do a fair amount of prep work before I can even get to that, because there's a bunch of new locales, or not a bunch of, there's 2 new locales that are going to be introduced in the new material, in the new pages. And also I need to, so there's also at least 3 new characters as well, who are just like side supporting characters, just like one-offs, I suppose, who I don't think will ever appear again after this. But I don't know, I don't have model sheets for them, I don't know what they look like. Since they appear permanently throughout these new pages and scenes that they're in, I'm probably going to need to at least get something down on paper to figure out what they're supposed to look like, right? And then there's an additional issue, which is, and I don't mean a comic issue, an additional problem, which is that I see a feature prominently in one of the 3 new scenes, and they're outside of school in this setting, but I've never drawn the IC, Maxine, Josie and Ruby outside of school in any other kind of attire. So I feel I can't have, I don't think they can be in their uniforms in this scene. I suppose they could be, maybe they're just out of school, but I think they need to be in alternate attires. I need to come up with new outfits for them. Probably. And then I'll incorporate those into the story, into the scene. I mean, they'll be wearing those new attires in the new pages when I draw them. So you can see there's a bit of like organization. I need to do a bit of prep work before I can even actually get into drawing the new pages. But the new material with the new pages with the IC in them, I will say, and this is where I wanted to talk about them. I just wanted to say that the new pages with the IC was really fun to write, but really fun to do the layouts on. I think they're going to be really good, and there's something fun about just being able to. Maybe it's because I'm naturally the opposite of that kind of person, but I don't know, just like the mean streak that the IC have and how they kind of throw their weight around, and I think the new pages really emphasize that, but they're just so kind of, I don't know, just like over the top in their sort of and their bad attitude, I suppose you could say. And so it's kind of, it's very fun to get to write characters like that. You know, you hear about how, you know, actors talking about how much more fun it is to play the villain. What was I going to say? Yeah, actors talk about how much more fun to play. I just had like my brain just blanked there. Actors talk about how much more fun it is to play the villain, and I think that's kind of true when you're drawing comics as well. It's like sometimes getting to write and draw the villains can be more fun because they can just get up to no good, and they're not like bound to any kind of ethical restraints, you know. It's like if you saw a person doing some of the things that the IC do in real life in school, or some of the things they're going to do in this issue, it's like usually those people are despicable, but in comics it's kind of like it's fun, especially since we know that if you've read the old versions of like issues 2, 3 and 4, it's like, you know, that the IC end up getting their comeuppance to an extent through Kirby later on. So anyway, what are we doing now? Right, we've got to finish off these boots and then we can get into the wings. I also have to be careful that I'm doing these black elements on the right layer, because if I draw them on the wrong layer, I end up creating a bit of additional work for myself. I think I ended up doing that on a previous stream. On the last stream, I think it was like I had to use the magic wand to highlight the black areas and then cut them and then paste them back onto another layer. Actually, I'm sure that's happened to me on stream many a time. Yeah, so we're going to be on today until about 20 to 4, so we have about just over 25 minutes from now, and we'll wrap it up. We'll see how much we can get done before then. I know we don't do very long streams at the moment. You know, we only get to do these very short streams. But my kind of thinking just now is it's like if that's all I can manage, then it's like, let's just do that, you know, let's do shorter art streams and just try and be consistent about it, or at least it's not consistent, you know, just keep showing up. I apologize, I know my chair's creaking a bit again. That's kind of like my thinking just now, just keep showing up and we'll just, you know, try and make it through the winter time. And then I think as the days get longer again, it gets warmer, eventually we can sort of start working back up towards streaming more frequently and doing longer streams again. I hear that there's supposed to be, I think, another big snowstorm coming around about February 2nd, February 3rd, so that's going to coincide with my birthday. So that's not good. Not that I expect to be streaming on my birthday, but you know, I'm still not happy about the idea of having we had like a big snowstorm and then a big conventional storm, and then a couple of days after that another big storm, and it's like, no more storms please, of the snow variety or otherwise, I'm sick of them. The weather has really... I don't think I'm alone in this. I think certainly here in the UK, I think a lot of us probably are just feeling very beaten down by the weather at this point. It's been pretty unpleasant through January. And you know, bring on springtime. I'm ready for it at this point. Okay. I will deselect that. Now, the wings, let's switch those on. I'm doing a layer over this. So a lot of the work that we've just done is going to get blanked out because it's going to get covered up by the wings. But that's okay because, like I said, I'm going to do a second model sheet. It's going to show Kirby from the side and also from the back without the wings on, so we'll just reuse this art for that view. Right, what I'm going to do is, in a very sloppy sort of way, I'm just going to start to fill in some of these areas like this and not touch the edges. I'm not going to worry about the edges just now. We're filling in the little details, you know. But just do it like that. And the reason why I'm not even trying to reach the edges is because I'm going to go back in with a more refined brush afterwards, so I can do them with accuracy and make sure I don't miss any spots. So basically I'm missing all the spots just now so that I don't miss any spots later, if that makes sense. I just want to cover this ground just now. I'm always talking about covering ground when I'm colouring. And when you have large areas that you need to go over, you need to find ways to get it done as quickly as you can. And there's always like a trade-off between speed and accuracy. And accuracy is important too, because obviously you want to make sure you don't miss any spots, and you don't want to have like little gaps showing through where you can see like the areas behind the character, or you know, or parts of the canvas are still showing or whatever. Anyway, we're just going to go like this. And hopefully, as long as I haven't left any gaps, I'm going to just take it in like this. Just try and be sure. I don't want to hit the fill tool and then fill up the whole page, which will happen if there's any gaps in here. Right, I just hit fill. There we go. And now we can use find it. That new alias brush, which I prefer. I'll go over it in detail and just fill in the areas like that. My chair is really creaky. I don't know how I'm going to fix that. I'm not buying a new chair. Bad enough I'm talking to Saki. I'm still talking about do I want to buy a new PC. And I've spoken a little bit about that on stream, you know. It's like I'm kind of in a spot where it's like I feel like I need to upgrade my PC and I'm due, but I don't want to spend a lot of money. And I'm kind of in a spot between, I don't know if I want, if it would be easier to just buy a whole new reassembled PC or try and upgrade the components in the one that I have. But every time I get as far as looking at it, I just think, no, not just now, not just now. I just keep putting it off, you know. I can kind of try and justify it if I could tell myself it's a business expense. It's a business expense, but which is true. Obviously, it would be a business expense. It would be something I'd be using for CORBIE and for making art and stuff like that. Oh, okay, this is I don't know how this looks like. The wings obviously cover the arms, so I don't know what I'm doing here. It's a strange decision I'm making. Right, I think I need to go and correct this. Or let's fix this up a little bit. Okay, we'll finish off the wings and then I don't know what we're going to do after that because I wasn't really thinking about if we finish this ahead of time and then it's like then what happens? Are we going to end the stream early? I don't know about that. See, I was worried about the opposite thing. I was like, I feel like I needed to have made a little bit of progress before I even was on air today, you know what I mean? I don't want to just pick up from where we left off last time. Which is silly, I guess, but maybe I just didn't want to come across as lazy. I didn't want to come on there and I was still at the same point that I was when we ended the last stream, because then it's like, well, John, then you have to question yourself. It's like, are you even doing anything? It's like, yes, I am. Like I said, we're gonna do a bunch of these model sheets, I think, on stream, but in the periods where I kind of have downtime between working on actual pages of the comic, I think these are really good to work on, and they're really useful to have as reference material for myself. I just realised I didn't use the digital brush, I used the anti-aliased brush, which I shouldn't have done because it's going to make it harder to fill this in. Did you notice, by the way, that I didn't, when I used a completely different approach to colouring this wing than I did to the other one. This time I did just take the anti-aliased pen and fill in the wingtips. And you see, I should have used the approach that I used the first time, because now I can't fill this in until I do go back and use the anti-aliased pen. So the approach that I used for the first wing would have been better. I wasn't thinking about it. Oh, it's getting chilly in here all of a sudden. I should just be able to just fill that in by using the fill tool like that. There we go. And I can do the tail wings and the tail feathers. Why do I call them tail wings? I mean, I guess I consider them like part of the wings. But these areas we're really going to just have to be very careful about. Staying within the lines. Not missing any, you know, not leaving any gaps. Okay, we've still got about 10 minutes left. So time enough to finish off doing the tail feathers. I think. I'm surprised that I was able to do that without leaving any gaps. I was going to end up filling the whole canvas. I was sure there was going to be like a gap in the area when I went to go fill it in, but no, that's okay. Right, kind of an issue there. Yeah, see the thing is the line art for the back view. Needs to work like that, so I'm rearranging the layers now. Yeah, there we go. It needs to work something like that. It still looks kind of strange. I don't know what I've done differently this time. Maybe it just looks strange to me because I'm not used to seeing the wings done with the transparency effect, and obviously we don't have that on. Now we're not using that anymore. I think I would like to add a little bit more detail. What did I just do? Somehow I undid my work. What just happened? I've been having so many issues with this lately, not just on this computer, but elsewhere with... I clicked the button to undo something, and instead of taking me back one step, it takes me back like 5 steps. I don't know why that keeps happening. Oh, that's better. Right, anyway. Okay, definitely got some unforeseen layering issues going on here. I did not expect to have to deal with. It's really just a byproduct of the fact that I'm not used to the wings being done as a transparency effect, and this time they're not anymore. They're not transparent now. We have to draw them as they are. They should be integrated into the design now. Moving forward, right? But actually, does me with some really strange kind of like stubby areas of the wings here. But maybe I wouldn't normally pick up on as being. It wouldn't normally look unusual because it would just like fade into the armor and you wouldn't see it. But now it feels like I have to think about this a bit more. Okay, but we're gonna wrap it up there anyway. I'm still kind of grappling with these changes to the wings and trying to figure out how I want to implement them as we move into working on future issues of the comic. One of the changes is I ended up picking this sort of purpley grey colour for the wings. I guess that's probably the best description of it. We didn't speak about that today, but I had to try and figure out what colour the wings are supposed to be that was going to sort of give the vibe that they're sort of like spectral wings, and still works with, you know, with the character and how things are supposed to play out in the storyline, you know. So I went through a bunch of different colours and I was thinking, you know, which one gives off the vibe that I want to have conveyed most effectively, and I ended up going with this colour, and I think it's probably within the colour palette that we have available to us. I think that's probably the best choice. Yeah. I can definitely see some stray details on the wings actually that I'm going to go back and fix, I think, once the stream is over. Okay, right. That's going to do it for today's stream. Next time we're on air, I don't think it's good. Well, maybe it'll be tomorrow. I'm not sure. At some point within the next day or two, let's say, we're going to come back. I don't know what we're going to be doing then. We might be doing some more model sheet work, probably for, I was going to say for a different character. Maybe we'll do the other Kirby model sheet and work on figuring out how she's going to look inside. And then after that, I have to, like I said, I have to do a bunch of model sheets for the other characters as well, or at least if not model sheets, then I have to get some kind of reference material down to figure out how the new characters that are going to be appearing in the additional pages for the new issue 2 are going to look. So there's a bunch of stuff I'm juggling just now in terms of things I need to be working on. I'm trying to get better about not feeling like I have to have tunnel vision and just work away on something to the exclusion of everything else until it's done. You know what I mean? It's like once I start working on an illustration or a page of a comic or something like that, a lot of the time I feel like it's like I have to just, nothing else is getting done until this does. And I'm trying to get better about saying, you know, I can just do a little bit of something at a time and have like multiple projects going at any one given time. Or, you know, if I need to stop to post something on social media, then I can do that. You know, I just get better at multitasking, I suppose, is what I'm saying. So if you see me posting on social media more and posting more materials like work in progress, then I'm doing well, I suppose. I'm making progress in that regard. And like I said earlier, that's an important thing for me to, I'm banging the mic here with my headphones. That's an important thing for me to be doing as well, is that I've got to be out there a lot more. I've got to be really active this year in terms of showing people what's going on behind the scenes with CORBIE, and I can't just be like I show up once every couple of months and say here's a new issue of the comic, and then I go away again, and it's like, yeah, so like 4 times a year you see me announce a new issue of the comic and then I'm gone again. It's like I can't be like that. I have to be active. It's just the way that the game is played, right? And part of that is being on stream as well. I've got to be trying, like I said, gradually just get back into more of a regular streaming schedule, but I'm just taking it one day at a time just now. A lot of things just now I'm just taking one day at a time and trying not to beat myself up about stuff. So that is going to do it for today's edition of Club CORBIE. Thank you for being with me on this sunny Friday afternoon. The sun is starting to come down now. I should go get something to eat. I hope you have a good day. Do check out the comic if you've never read CORBIE before. The website is back up now. You can go to it and learn all about everything to do with the comic. On the website you can sign up for the newsletter, you can read character profiles. Like I said, you can get the old versions of issues 2, 3 and 4 for no charge at all. They're just free to read on the website, or you can download them to read on your e-reader or whatever. They're a bit rough around the edges, I'm not going to lie. Issue 2 in particular is like, we're looking at it now, I'm like, you know, the work that we did on fixing it up on stream was really eye-opening. I was like, wow, I can't believe I put that out there the first time around. But you know, I'm 5 years older now. 5+ years older. A lot more experienced, and I think when the new version of issue 2 comes out, it's going to be, I think it's going to be really impressive. I'm hoping it's going to be the thing that really gets people to sit up and take notice. Like, you know, this comic is actually pretty good. Yeah, what else is there to say? We will be back on, if not tomorrow, then the day after. At some point, I'm going to try and do something this weekend, I think. We'll try and do some kind of a stream, okay? And I'll give you a status update and we'll talk about how things are going. And we'll talk some more about the new material in issue 2 and how it's going. I hope to have made a little bit more progress by then. Or at least, you know, I should have gotten the last couple of pages of the layouts done. And like I said, I'll post something on social media, if not today, then tomorrow, and show you some more of like how the thumbnail process is going and my thoughts on that. So anyway, thank you for being here with me this afternoon, and I will see you on the next edition of Club CORBIE.